Hello everybody, Prepper003 here today with another review for you, and this one is going to be on the Agilite Axis knee pads. Now I've been using these for quite a while now, just a little bit before November of 2018 is when I purchased them, and I've been using them for all throughout that time period. I've been using them through the winter months, I've used them throughout spring, and now that we're going into summer, I've been using them throughout that time period as well. And I've had experienced no major issues with them. I even took them out to a couple of different courses as well, especially the 2-day small unit tactics course through Rockwell Tactical, and they held up very well throughout that time period, especially with the extended period of use of wearing them for 12, 14, 24 hours plus during that time period. I didn't have any major issues with them at all. So I figured I'd clear them and give you guys a little bit of a review on them, just because there doesn't seem to be much information out there on them besides what the actual company puts out. So right now the first thing I'm going to touch on is going to be the price. They're a little bit more pricey than the standard knee pad, but they are very useful and they hold up very well as compared to a lot of those other knee pads. So your pricing is going to start right around the $36 range directly from the company. On their website, the color ranges that you get are very kind of restricted. You have the Ranger Green, like you see featured here, the black, and then the flat dark earth. And then that's kind of what you're stuck with for the color options, which is pretty decent for the most part. But I know there are some people that would like to have a couple more different color options. The next thing is going to be the material that the knee pad is made out of. And that is going to be the polyethylene plastic, which is pretty much encompassing the whole lower part of the knee pad and then the upper part as well. The nice thing about the knee pad as well with the actual design of it is that it doesn't just protect the actual knee pad and then just have a cloth exterior like a lot of knee pads have. It actually has the polyethylene plastic covering actually the outer left and the outer right of the knee, and it also covers the lower part of the upper thigh and the upper part of the shin, which gives you a lot of coverage for what you're actually getting. And another nice thing about the actual design layout of the actual knee pad is that the way that it contours, it actually pushes down onto the shin a little bit with the PVA memory foam padding here, which allows it to have that non-slip and non-slide pretty much feature, which makes it all actually pretty much stay in place for the extended period of time that you are wearing it. The next part is going to be the non-slip rear straps. That's how they advertise as non-slip. I don't think that it's the straps themselves, but the straps do very well at holding themselves in place and staying retained inside of the strap retainer. Another nice thing about these straps is that they are reversible, so if you did want to pretty much loan one of these out and have you rock one of them and then have a buddy rock one just for maybe tactical usage or for just going on the range, and you just want to protect that one knee, that's the nice thing about this is that you can actually switch these sides to the other side as well and switch it back and forth. So, and another really nice thing about the PVA memory foam padding is that the way that it contours to the knee is that even with a lot of stress, a lot of backpacks, and a lot of weight, maybe if you're wearing a ruck pack or something like that, whenever you actually push down and try to take a knee, it actually does contour to your knee and allow you to have a little bit of extra pretty much relief on your knee pad and on your joint as well. And a lot of people I know kind of are a little off put by the joints on the left side and the right side of the knee pad. I have not had any issues with them coming loose, having any type of rigidity or anything like that. So they've been holding up very well over the extended usage that I've put them through, and they've went past my expectation. I pictured that this would be the weakest point right here, and then over here on the actual joint here would probably be one of the weaker points, but they've actually held up very well. I haven't seen any type of possible cracking, any possible wear on the interior of it where there might be shows of any type of stress cracks or anything like that. So in that point, it's actually held up very well. Another thing is that with the actual non-slip feature of these, whether it be actually just doing any type of maneuver drills out on the flat range, whether it be taking a knee or quickly going prone, these will do what you need to do. And the nice thing about these is that they can also just be worn doing standard stuff like going out on a hike, maybe if you want to take it out on the trails, or if you're just doing standard chores around the house. I've used them through all type of features. I've used them out on the job sites just to have some type of protection. When I've helped people move, I've used them. And also just doing chores around the garage just because I wanted to have a little bit of extra knee protection from some of the stuff that I was moving around out there. So I can definitely say that I've had a very good experience with them. Right now you can see they kind of have quite a bit of wear on the actual knee pad themselves. You can start to see where there is a little bit of that wear here, but it's not cracking. There isn't anything on the underside as well of it, so it still holds up very well. The only thing that I will say, I'll give it pretty much two downsides to this, is that the way that it has a small cup right here on the interior of the knee pad, if you're in any type of heavy muddy environments or in a heavy snow environment, this right here can collect mud and snow, so you might have to pretty much release the top part of the knee pad and then just kind of scoop some of that stuff out of there, which is a very easy task, but it is something that can add into a little bit of a issue later on if it keeps building up. And you also can have that build up in there, and it can pretty much, if you do have a lot of that build up with that cup, it can sometimes add a little bit into the rigidity of it actually moving. I haven't experienced that too much, but it was a little bit of an issue when it was in the heavy negative temps. We were having a lot of snow get in here. It was freezing up, so I had to knock it out. Another thing that I would say is that it's probably going to be maybe the biggest downside for some people is that it does ship directly from the Middle East, as it is the official knee pad of the IDF in Israel. So it does have quite a bit of time to get to some of the countries. Like here in the US, it took about a week and a half to make its way from the Middle East to my doorstep through customs and everything. So I just know some people like to have their stuff 1 day, 2 day shipping. Just to give you a quick heads up to that, if you're going directly from Agilite's website, you might have a little bit of an issue. So I want to hear what you guys think. You guys know from my channel that I'm a huge proponent of PPE, and that I've been a huge proponent of wearing knee pads. So I really would like to hear what you guys have to say about the pretty much the Axis knee pads. If you guys have a pair, let me know what you guys think of them. Just because I know there haven't been too many reviews on them myself, so I just want to do this short one here and give you guys kind of an overview of my experience with them, which has been very good. I haven't had any, like I said, I only had that one negative experience with the buildup of foreign debris inside of that area right there. But other than that, I really appreciate you guys watching. And remember, those that prepare for today survive tomorrow. Prepper003 out.